Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. My name is Teri Angel. I'm here with the delightful and lovely Michele Landers. Hello, Michele.
Hello, Terry. So nice to see you. And it's chilly here where I am, but I know it's really cold where you are.
Well, actually, I think we have a little bit of a heat wave before the snow comes in. So it's not a bad day here, actually.
Okay, that's good.
So we are here to do a winter solstice celebration.
Hmm.
And boy, do we have some treats for you. I'm going to
Yes.
Michelle if she will begin, and then I'm going to lead us into an activation to this winter solstice energy. So, Michelle,
Yeah.
take it away.
I will take it away. I'll take us to another dimension, I hope. Excuse me while I keep shifting myself because my sweater just doesn't seem to be fitting right, but it's okay. It's fine. It's keeping me cozy. So, yes, this is really a very, very powerful day. We know that the winter solstice is the beginning. This day is a day the longest in the year. And so going forward, though, from here, the days will get a little bit, um, days will get just a little bit shorter. But right now, this is the longest day of the year. So in thinking about doing this today, two words came to me, and they're going to sound a little bit strange, but I'll explain. And those two words are just stop. Just those two words, just stop. So I'll explain why I'm saying that as we continue. Um, Excuse me for 1 minute. Let me just shut down some other things that I have open so I don't get any background noise. Um, December 21st marks the first day of winter and what we know is the winter solstice. And it is the beginning of the solar new year. And this is a powerful, let me emphasize that, powerful turning point and a time of transformation. And it's so magical. So, although the winter solstice doesn't end, the winter solstice actually doesn't end until March. Right now, and especially in the next few days leading up to the new moon on the 23rd, it is a spiritually powerful time. So, when I say that, I want to emphasize that it really is very magical, very powerful. And you may say, well, okay, what does that look like? What does that mean? And what it means is the veil between the two worlds is thinner, meaning the spirit plane and the earthly plane. So, what does that mean? It's thinner. It means it's easier to access this other world, this astral plane, spiritual beings, connecting to the astral plane. Excuse me, connecting to the quantum field where we know magic is. And we know the possibilities and probabilities for the things that we would like to bring in our life. That's where it resides, in that magical quantum 0 point field, whatever you want to call it. So today is a really powerful, magical day to do that. So on the 23rd, it's also a powerful day when the moon is closest to the earth. The tides are higher. It affects the tectonic plates, which are activated. So we might hear of more earthquakes, which I think I wrote this a couple of days ago. And guess what? We just had a really strong earthquake in California. So one of the things I also wanted to mention, I was wondering about all this volcanic activity, which we've been hearing about. So just doing a little bit of research, I read that there are more than 1,500 active volcanoes on Earth, and about 50 to 70 do erupt every year. However, not surprisingly, there are indications that there is more activity than usual going on right now. And I thought, wow, And although we can say, well, it's because of climate change, okay, true, but it is not, is it not also so symbolic of things? I mean, metaphorically, things coming to the surface to be revealed. And I definitely think this is going to be even more apparent in 2023. So at the winter solstice, the earth is tilted the furthest from the sun. And astronomically, it represents the shortest day and the longest and coldest night of the year. It's also a time when the sun enters Capricorn. So from here on in, going forward, the days will get just a little bit longer. So what does the solstice mean literally? So the word solstice combines the Latin word sol for sun and sistere for to stand still. And so the solstice is a day when the sun appears to be standing still, and so should we. And I'll talk about that in a minute, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about the astrological and the numerological aspects for the day. And right now, Saturn, which is the taskmaster, is in opposition to Uranus. And Uranus is innovation and surprises. And so that aspect, that tug of war, you might notice that today. You know, should I go here? Should I do this? Should I do that? People may be pulling at you, or things on your mind, and you might feel a little conflict. So it's also, as I said, the time of the new moon, and Chiron, which is known as the wounded healer, will go direct. And that energy can make us feel just more vulnerable. So don't be surprised right now and going forward the next couple of days that this energy brings up some personal issues for you that you may want to explore and embrace, just in order to bring yourself to a new level of healing, because that's what we're doing right now. We're healing. We're bringing things to the surface, and we're bringing them to the surface to heal them. So another aspect, though, that's present is also a feeling of possibly being a little bit reckless or going overboard. And that also, though, invites us, because everything that we experience invites us to learn something new about ourselves and about our incredible world. But that would invite us just to think about, where do we need to have a little bit more balance in our lives? And the winter solstice also symbolizes change. And it reminds us of the inevitability of change, and that we are seeding a new cycle. And as I mentioned, the day of the winter solstice draws us closer to the spiritual world. This solstice is a time of intense energy, perhaps even a question of, where are we going? But we are, make no mistake about this, we are seeding a new cycle, not just personally, but in the world. And it's a good time to begin to get really clear about what you want. And yet, although this is a powerful energy at work, this winter solstice is really about slowing down, which is why I said, just stop. And that slowing down is very apparent with the numbers of the day, and actually the entire month of December. But let's just focus on today, 12/21/2022. And I think it's really funny. I'll digress for a minute. I've been writing 2023. It's like I'm so ready for the new year that I've been writing 2023. And when I was writing this and I put 22, I go, no, it's 23. And I went, no, it's not. It's not 23 yet. And there's going to be a lot going on in 2023. But at any rate, there's a lot of two energy in that date, 12/21/2022. And what are twos? Twos are primarily female energy. It's also about balance. It's about harmony. It's about partnerships. It's about working together as a team, just like Teri and I are doing today. And as we do so often, and it's so beautiful, this female energy that we have going and this partnership and this teamwork. So when you can be with people, like-minded people, and you form these teams or partnerships, it's beautiful because it gives birth to something creative. That's what birth is, creative and energetic and beautiful. So I would also suggest to people that, find that person or those people in your life that you resonate to and hang out with them because it enlivens and energizes us all. So we're giving ourselves the space, though, today, to the time to move a little more slowly. Get quiet if you can. And that way we allow the universe to speak to us. So that's what the two mainly it's about. There's a lot of other aspects of it, but primarily right now for today, I would say slow down. Actually, just stop. If you can meditate, whenever you can meditate today, please do that. But what about that one energy? So the one energy brings the focus to ourselves. And even though it is a number of action with the strong influence of the two is saying, okay, you can have some ideas, to the one, but today is not the day to put it into action. Today is the day to go within, to retreat, to reevaluate. And especially, I want to emphasize, especially for the 3 days between the solstice and the new moon, be in stillness as much as possible. And because this winter solstice marks the end of a season, it does tell us to rest, right? It tells us to hibernate. We can take the time maybe to do some deep inner work. The question is, what do we want to birth? What do we need to release? What have we learned in this past year? And I can tell you that right now there is a lot of spiritual, energetic support for ending any bad habits or even perhaps walking away from some relationships that aren't working in your life right now. And just be cognizant of that. So when you add all the numbers together, 12 plus 21 plus 2022, the total that you arrive at is 2055. And when you add 2055 together, it reduces to 12, which is so interesting because this is the 12th month and 21 is the reverse. And when you add 1 and 2, you arrive at 3. Now, 5s are about change, which is exactly what we're talking about. And 3 is about bringing joy and expression to life. So the number 12 is also about words and how we use our words, whether that is with one another, whether that is the words that you're thinking, whether that is your affirmations that you put out there. The other thing about the 21, and this is so interesting, 21 is about courtesy. It's about tact. It's about diplomacy. And it's really interesting because in my newsletter that went out this month, I talked about spiritual etiquette. And so I think this energy of the 21 is just so appropriate. So now is a very, very special time astrologically, numerologically, and spiritually because it is preparing us for the changes that are coming, and asking us, and I really can't emphasize this more, to be very, very serious about our spiritual work. So, okay, here's a few suggestions. Some ideas, like just to work, how to work with this energy and the solstice. And again, it's about slowing down or just stopping. Take the time, if you can, to go through. You might want to do it mentally, you might want to do it physically, but go through your home and get rid of anything that doesn't feel inspiring or in sync with who you are. And that means clothes as well. And when I was writing this, I literally stopped what I was doing and went in the other room and said, I've got to get rid of some stuff. And I literally did that. I, got some things that I'm not going to wear anymore, but you get the idea. Go through your house, and whatever is you're not resonating to. I think it's Maria Kondo who says, if it doesn't, well, I don't remember exactly, but her, what she normally does is, like, if it doesn't make you feel great, it doesn't make you feel beautiful or joyful, get rid of it. So after you've done that, and you could do this mentally, I don't expect that you're going to go through your whole house and tear it apart right now. So you can go through it mentally and think about, what do I need to release? Of course, you want to do the inner work. Emotionally, what do I need to release? And if you can, it would be great tonight to do some house smudging with Palo Santo, with frankincense, with myrrh, with sage, with lavender. And really, to cap off the evening, if you could do a deep soaking bath, or if you don't have a tub, then a shower, a warm shower, is a great way to just imagine the water is just ridding you of any negative energy that's hanging around, and also inspiring you. So, of course, meditation would be wonderful to wrap up this little ritual. And I know that Teri has a nice little meditation for us. And it's also a good idea when you're meditating to use mudras. Now, there's so many different mudras, but the one, I think this is really a basic one. And mudra just means hand gesture. And it's believed that certain mudras can intensify our meditative yoga practices. So I would invite you, especially when Teri does her meditation, to use the Gyan mudra. I believe that's how you say it. It's spelled Gyan. And I'll show you how you do that. It's just really easy. It's that one. These two fingers together. And sometimes what you can do is wrap your right hand around and have those two fingers touching each other. And even more so if you could put it by your heart. So it's a really, really simple mudra. It's just your index finger and thumb touching. And the thumb symbolizes our highest self, our pure consciousness and wisdom. And our index finger is symbolic of who we are right now. So in joining them, we align with our best self as we honor who we are right now. So today, just to wrap this up a little bit, I would say, be in stillness as much as possible. Bring so much joy into your heart. Think of things that bring you joy. You can also, when you sit in meditation, you can imagine maybe some of your loved ones that passed on, and you might want to invite them in and see if they have some messages for you. But all in all, it's a beautiful, highly spiritual day. And get ready for 2023, because talk about spiritual. We're headed into a 7 year, and that is the number of God in numerology. And in many, many, many religious and spiritual readings, 7 is a very significant number. So relax, enjoy the day, get in touch with your beautiful inner self. And I am so excited to do Teri's meditation. So thank you.
Oh, Michele, thank you so much.
Um,
Wow, that was absolutely perfect. And so, what I have for us, I want everybody to just get ready and prepare yourself, because we are now going to really go into this energy and be activated by the energy. So, I'm here in the beautiful Rocky Mountains. You all have heard me talk about them, love on them, and they are a vortex of energy. There's vortexes all over our planet. So I want you to just feel right now where you are. I want you to just take a breath. Just breathe deep into your heart, deep into your belly, and just let that breath come in. And wherever you are in the world, just feel the energy around you. And I want you to check in. Just say, where am I? Where am I right now in my body in this moment? Where's my energy focused? Where is it centered? Because this is a time of really reflecting in on that. This winter solstice that's happening today, it's the opening, it's the beginning. We're going into a time of deep reflection, and that's the energy of this winter. The whole season is all about looking inside and then releasing what we don't need so we can bring in what we do need, sowing those seeds of desire, the seeds of what we want to come in. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to bring you into a place of activating the solstice energy. Are you excited? So I am. I've been doing this and working on this, and just feeling that wonderful energy is amazing. So as you continue to breathe in deeply and slowly, I'm going to ask for some help. I'm going to call in the angels to surround us. First, I want to call in our amazing Archangel Raphael, coming in from the east. Raphael brings in that energy of air. So if you feel a breeze, if you just sense a freshness in the air, that's Raphael coming to you. And then we go to the south with Archangel Michael. Michael brings in the energy of fire. So it might get a little warm in here, and that's okay, because he's ready to take whatever we're giving him and transmute it into beautiful, positive energy. And then we go to Archangel Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel. He brings in the energy of water, that beautiful conduit for the energy to flow to us. And as we go through this meditation, you're going to hear me refer to the liquid light as it comes in. So Gabriel is very present during this activation. Last but certainly not least is Uriel. And Archangel Uriel helps us to ground, center, and balance. Let's do that now. As you breathe in, see that breath going down the length of your body, out the bottom of your feet, and really digging through that soil, digging right down to that crystalline center. I'm also going to ask Archangel Metatron to bring in the crystalline grid from above us, and Archangel Sandalphon to work with Uriel with that earth energy, bringing up that crystalline grid from the center of the earth, so that we are totally surrounded by these angels. And any masters who want to be present, I work with a collective, and so they're right now guiding this whole meditation. We also have galactic help. We have a galactic council that wants us to succeed and wants to bring in this beautiful activation in a more powerful way. So right now, as you're taking your breath in, I want you to let it center in your heart and just be there. And as Michele taught, you can do the mudra. You can put your hands up by your heart in that mudra. You can hold a healing stone. Whatever it brings you into a better place to focus, just let your focus go there. So let's envision. And what I want you to see is a doorway. What does your doorway look like? Is it ornate? Is it plain? Give it some real meaning as you look at it, because this is the portal entry. This is what we're going through to get to the place of activation. As you go through the door, take your time. Open the door handle so that you go through it. And you're going to come to a place that's very beautiful. Make it your own. How do you want to decorate this room, this portal that you've entered into? Just feel the energy. And as you go into that room, feel that liquid light that's all over the room. As it comes over you, we're going to go into the chakras. So I want you to prepare, because the light all of a sudden starts swirling around you. And it's going to focus, first of all, on the root chakra. So we're going down to the root so we can bring up that energy to the activation point. So as you feel into it, feel the energy spinning. Just see it start to spin counterclockwise. That goes against the way the hands on the clock moves, just so you know. So go counterclockwise and just feel the energy. Just watch it and see what it's doing. Just allow. And then as it finishes opening that center, it's going to move up to the sacral chakra. Again, counterclockwise. See it moving up, opening, balancing. Keep breathing in. Focus on the breath. If you get distracted from this process, just come back to the breath. And we're going to go up to the solar plexus. Again, spinning counterclockwise. Feel this. Really feel into what's happening here as this energy moves. And then slowly it moves up to the heart center. In the heart, it's going to go counterclockwise because it's opening. That's the whole purpose. And see, there's clearing already happening. If you feel like you have to clear your throat or cough or move, whatever you need to do, that's energy moving. So you might even find yourself sneezing. That's a great release of that energy. So now, moving on up to the throat. See it moving in that counterclockwise motion slowly. We're going slow. You don't want to get dizzy. So just take it all in very slowly. That's the whole thing about the wintertime. It's slowing down. Really taking time to enjoy this whole moment. And then move up to the third eye. And the third eye, when it starts moving counterclockwise, you're going to feel that expansion. You're going to feel all of a sudden all those clairs just paying attention and saying, whoa, what's happening here? So let it come up to the third eye, spinning in that counterclockwise direction. And then it comes to the crown, our opening into the spirit realm. Just take a moment as you breathe in. See if there's any movement there. See if you feel the movement going counterclockwise. And just allow the movement to come up further and further from your crown chakra. This is going to the place of activation as you sit in your temple that you just entered into. What we are doing is spinning and cleansing. So we have opened up the chakras to get ready for this. And feel that liquid light as it starts to enter now into the chakras, starting with the crown. Keep breathing. Breathe into your stomach. Breathe into that diaphragm that expands out the belly. And just let it go in there. Just feel it as it moves into you. And as we keep that liquid light flowing down through that whole channel that we opened up, moving all the way down to Mama Gaia, it's cleansing whatever you want to release. What do you want to release? So I've asked the angels, and I've asked the galactic help and the masters, how do we release the energy that's in there so that we can prepare for this time of planting seeds for the winter, of letting them lie in that state where they're just doing what they need to do over these next few months to come forward in the springtime. So what they have done, there's a symbol that's a Karuna Key Reiki symbol called Zonar, and I'm showing it on the screen if you want to open your eyes and look at it. It is a clearing energy for anything that is stuck from our past existences, including this current existence, where we may have had traumas, we may have had attachments and cords. So they said to do this symbol, which I'm just going to start doing the symbol. And we're going to release all hooks, cords, attachments, intrusions, vows, contracts, promises that are no longer supporting you through all timelines, all dimensions, and all realms. We're going to cleanse and clear, and we're using that Reiki energy to do this. So if you feel movement inside of you, that's something in there that's ready to come out, to be released. And right now, you're an open portal. You have an open channel to let it go. Let it flow down into Gaia. Let it flow to where it's going to be transmuted. And Archangel Michael standing at the ready with that flame. And I see Saint Germain coming in also with the violet flame that will transmute this instantly. Whatever you want to turn over, any of those things that were mentioned, any of your vows, anything that's not working for you anymore, this is a time to get rid of it so you don't carry it through this winter time. But you can be new. This is a new beginning. That's what the solstice is all about, this new beginning. So if you are ready for a new beginning, if you're ready to rid yourself of that heaviness, of all that's not serving you, then do that. Take your time. Just take your time with this. Now, if you're an empath, you may be feeling a lot of stuff right now. You might be feeling all those things that you have just gathered from other people, where you have sensed the pain or the struggle they're going through, or perhaps you have a huge struggle yourself and you're just holding that in your heart. Let's release it. Let's let it go. Just feel into that energy that's coming to you, that beautiful Reiki energy, and just slow it down. And if you want to release it, this is the moment. So right now, let's just take a moment for that. Just take a moment and listen in. Listen to your heartbeat. Get in sync with the heartbeat of Mama Gaia, because she wants to help you cleanse and clear on all of the dimensions, all the realms, anywhere in your timeline that there was stuck energy. You may be feeling a shift right now, and that's good. If you're feeling it, that it's ready to remove itself from you and let go, just like that, let go. Make the decision. Don't overthink it. Don't go into your head. Stay in your heart. And just ask yourself, am I ready to release this? Am I ready to release it with love? And give yourself that self-love and self-care to begin doing that. So as you are focused on what it is that's happening inside of you, our helpers, the angels, the Galactic Federation, the masters, and Source God energy, it's all working together to bring this activation so powerfully into your being. Just allow. Right now, that's your only job, is just to allow and just to make your commitment to let go so that you have a fresh vessel going forward. So everything has slowed down. We're just in this state right now of ready. We're ready. Are you ready? Just breathe in. If you are, breathe in that energy. Just let that liquid light touch every chakra inside of you. Let it cleanse away if there's something going on in any of your energy systems, anywhere in your body. You'll feel it. You'll feel the heaviness. And what this will do is transmute that heaviness to a lightness so that you can move forward with ease and grace. So let's just take a moment. And what I want you to envision now is a crystal. Doesn't matter what crystal, whatever one comes to you. But place that crystal at your heart center. I have one myself that I'm holding. Place it at your heart center. And with the help of the spirit guides, don't know what I just did, but with the help of the spirit guides, they are going to bring this crystal deep into your heart. They're just going to allow that energy to move. So breathe in. And this crystal, whatever you chose for you, is going to help activate this solstice energy. So we're going to take about a minute, and I'm going to share. I don't know what I touched, but something moved. All right, I'm going to share some rattling, shamanic rattle sound. As you listen to this sound, focus on your crystal, what's happening in your heart right now. Breathe. Breathing. feel that energy. Feel how it has just moved from being a crystal, whether you have a physical one or an envisioned one. Feel how it shifted and changed and became a part of you. That's the power of really receiving this activation. All the helpers were helping with that. They were bringing that energy more fully into your heart for you to know your power. That's what this is all about, becoming empowered. When we release what's no longer serving us, it empowers us to receive what we do need. So we are going to bring that more fully now as you breathe. We're going to go through each of those chakras, starting at the top with the crown. Now I want you to feel the energy moving in a clockwise direction, because we're going to seal this wonderful energy in that we just took in, this activation to this winter solstice energy. So the crown chakra moving clockwise, slowly going down to the third eye. Again, feel that, really feel it as that energy center just really takes in that activation and makes it its own. It brings you to a really good level of frequency. Going to the throat chakra, see it moving in that clockwise direction. Down to the heart. See, as you breathe, just see it all coming together, flowing one into the other. Flowing now into the solar plexus. That's your power and your will center, and you really want that to be pumped up right now. Into the sacral, and down into the root chakra. See it all right now, just in alignment, balanced, centered, and ready for what's going to happen over these next few months. Breathe in. Breathe in and exhale it out. Just give your body that breath of life that says, I've received, I am blessed, and now we are going to come back to where you are after that activation, and we're going to do something called a metta. And I don't know if you've ever done a metta meditation. It's just a giving. Metta means loving kindness. So I'm just going to go through a few of the phrases that we can use to send loving kindness. So now that you have received and you've been the recipient of this energy, this activation, let's give some energy out to the world. Starting with ourselves, I want you to follow along and repeat what I say. May I be well. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. May I appreciate the gift of just being alive. May I be healthy and strong. May I be at ease. May I be merciful. And now, let's turn that to the whole world. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. May you be comfortable. May you be healthy and strong. May you be merciful. May you be safe from all dangers. May you be free from suffering. May you work in harmony with others. And may you and I and the whole world be at peace. Keep flowing that energy. It's so important, especially at this time, to flow positive energy into our world. Michele spoke about the energies that are happening, some of the turbulence, some of the things that are going to be taking place over these next few months. So it's so important to send out this meta energy to really show loving kindness to each other. And hopefully you've come to a good place with that activation, that you're ready to do that. And Michele, I'd love for you to unmute and let's see how this was received. And anyone that's on here that would like to make a comment, we've got a wonderful audience.
Yay.
I'd love to hear how this affected all of you, if you felt the energy, if you were actually able to do it. And that's important too. If you were at a busy place at this time and you were just kind of saying, okay, I'm just going to listen in, take the time later to replay this and to really focus and do that energy movement with the chakras.
Yeah.
Focus on loving kindness. Michele,
Yes.
how are you feeling?
Oh my goodness. First of all, Teri, that was just beautiful. Thank you so much. I mean, I definitely felt a shift, and the door that I opened was beautiful. There was a lot of white and gold and silver blue. That was the door, the room, when you started doing even the rattling, I pictured in a shaman, but he was also dressed, and I'm getting chills because he was dressed in white and silver blue, and I could feel it. And the liquid light for me was liquid gold. It was so shimmery. It was like almost white and gold. It's kind of hard to explain, but it was just uplifting. And I could feel as you went through all of the chakras, and when it got to my third eye, I felt a pyramid go down over me. That was so bizarre. And then when it was coming back in, I felt the spirally, but that was just beautiful. And it's so needed right now because, as you said, going forward in the next few months and in the next year, we need more than ever to own our beauty, our spiritual self, because by doing that, we are healing the planet. And I know you mentioned that as well, because the stronger we get spiritually, the more we connect to other beings and the higher the vibration. And we do have the power to change what is on this planet right now. We really do. We really do have this amazing ability. And more and more people are realizing that what we see, what happens behind our eyes, and I think most people understand that, is so much more real and important than what we see in front of our eyes. It's all an illusion, and that's kind of challenging for us to grasp sometimes, but it's true. It is an illusion that we've co-created, and because of that, we can co-create something different. And the one other thing I did want to mention is Nassim Haramein, Nassim, I believe, and he's a physicist. And I believe he's about to release something that has to do with how we perceive our planet, and how other new things are coming to light in the quantum field that will radically change how we see our world, which gives me chills because it's just validating and reinforcing what we've known for eons spiritually. So this was very powerful, Teri. Thank you so much for that and for bringing in Metatron and Gabriel and Sandalphon and Michael, and just beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. And I am so honored to be here with you,
I
bringing
am
this
honored.
forward today. And
Yeah.
we do have some comments.
Okay.
So, John Thaddeus Fiore is with us, one of my
Hey,
favorite people in the whole world. And John says,
John.
very peaceful. I'm so glad that you had that peaceful moment with us today, John. And Brookie Woodside said, beautiful. I felt lots of swirling, expansion, and light, and the rattle was super powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when I did it, because I did a little run through of the meditation before I presented it to you all, and I worked with different sounds. I had a didgeridoo, which I
I
love, and
love
I was going
that.
to do that, but it just wasn't the right energy to activate. And the rattle, as soon as I played the rattle, it just
You knew.
went all through my system. Everything just kind of, just brought it into cohesion. And so that was what I chose to bring that activation more fully into our heart.
It was
So,
perfect. It
yeah, I love
really
it.
was perfect.
And Jean Lorio is here,
Hey,
and she said,
Jean.
beautiful, refreshing, and strangely strong and content. I have always seen the light flow like a plasma liquid. I think I never realized it before. Yeah, so
Oh,
there was an opening there. Yeah,
yay. Yeah.
beautiful. And John said it put everything into alignment.
Mm,
Yeah, so that we can go forward now. Sometimes we have to pull those fragmented pieces in and release. And what this activation did, if you remember, it released it on all those levels, on
yeah.
the, wherever it was at in your timeline, whatever realm, whatever dimension, it just
Hmm.
released it. And that's the
Yeah.
beauty when we do something like this, when we're activated. It makes us a clean vessel. And Michelle, I remember what I wanted to say when you were talking about how, I can't remember how you put it now, but one of my mentors said, we can start fresh at any moment.
Mm,
Oh, you're talking about creating, how we created this, right?
yes.
And we can start fresh at any moment. So no matter what experiences we've had, how we created all this
Mm,
chaos, all this turmoil, we can start right now in this very holy moment and say,
mm,
how do I want it to look? And
yeah.
let's do that going forward, people. Let's do that coming into this
Right.
winter time and say, how do I want my winter time to look? How do
Yes.
what seed do I want to put in there during the winter time that is going to grow in the
Right.
springtime and pop up out
Right.
of the soil for me?
I love that, Terry. And that's such a poignant point because at any moment we can start anew. At any moment. The past is gone. The only thing that keeps it alive is our memory of it. That's it.
Yeah,
And so when we replay, um, you know, negative things that happen to us, we're just adding to that heaviness. So that is so important. At any moment, we can start fresh. We are fresh at every single moment.
absolutely. Yeah, and we don't want to go forward dragging all that past stuff with
Mm-mm.
us anyway. That's
No,
just baggage. Just take
right.
with you the lesson that came from it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
John says Michelle's opening explanations were clear and comforting.
Oh, great. Thank you, John. Can you send me some mozzarella for that?
He does make the best. I've had
I've
it, so I
heard.
know for
I
sure.
know. I know.
Well, Michelle, this has been such a delight.
Yeah, it
Thank
has.
you for this, and thank you to
Thank you.
everybody that tuned in today. and
Yeah.
share it. That's the beauty of having something
Hmm.
recorded and having it online is you can share even after we're done. When we're through talking, you can
Right.
send that link to somebody and say, "Hey, I think you should listen to this," or you might find this helpful.
I I think this meditation especially is incredibly comforting and helpful and powerful, really powerful. So I hope people do share that out. And we're also going to be doing something in the new year, right?
Oh
Right?
yeah. Lots of things in the new year.
Yeah, but I'm so excited about the vision board workshop we're going to do, which is different because it's a spiritual vision board. And
Yes.
so we'll be talking more about that. But if anybody's interested, just contact us and we'll be happy to put you on the list of people who want to join us. So, and because the 7 year, again, very, very, very spiritual year we're going into. So, how is that going to play out with the, okay, how do I want to put this? How is that going to play out with the energy of this material focused center that a lot of people are in? Not everyone, certainly, but how is that going to play out? My guess is the spiritual is much more powerful.
Yes, absolutely. And that's
Mm.
what we're going to focus on when we do the vision board. We're going to focus
Yes,
on the spiritual, and it's going to be a spirit quest vision board. So,
yes.
yeah,
I'm
I love
excited
it.
about
And
that.
that was totally spirit inspired, and
Yeah,
they told us to do it this way. And so that's what we're doing. We always
yeah,
listen.
yeah, yeah.
And
That's
Jean
the,
said
the thing.
Jean
Yeah.
dreamed about it. So yay, she's so ready for it.
Did she really? Oh, Gene. Yeah, it's exciting. So the thing is, when we open to spirit, when we really open to hear, and when we do hear, then the next step is taking the action and doing it because
Yes.
sometimes we don't, we get nudges and we get intuitive. How many times do we get intuitive feelings?
Yeah.
And we're inspired to do something, and then we go, nah, I don't think that'll work. Oh gosh, spirit, don't wait for spirit to hit you with a 2x4.
Right. I've done that before, Michelle. It's no fun.
It isn't. I've done
No,
it plenty of times.
sometimes they'll be telling me, slow down, slow down, slow down. And here I am just going at it. And
I
all of a sudden
know.
it's like, oh, there's that brick wall.
Right.
We're going to
That's why
slow you down.
that's right. Because that was one of the things when I was putting this together too. As I said, the two words that came to me were just stop. Because for one thing, I was spinning about it. And I heard the words just stop. And then I said, that's how I'm going to start this because this is a time of stopping, slowing down. And in that, when we stop the spinning and the mind chatter, the monkey mind, we are certainly more open to hearing the voice of spirit, which is always communicating with us. It's not like they work 9 to 5, right? Monday through Friday, or a four
they, have,
day work week.
they have
They're
their
always
voicemail on.
right, right. They're always communicating with us. We
Yeah.
see it in numbers, especially lately.
Yeah.
Um, People have been telling me, why am I seeing 111 or 333 or 4?
444.
Yeah, it's because spirit is communicating. They just have it's like talking in a different language. You just got to learn the language symbolically.
Hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
well, I'm really energized. Thank you,
Me
Teri.
too. Yeah, me too. And I just love spending time with you,
I
Michelle, and
do.
the things that Spirit inspires us to do. We
Yeah.
just bring
We
it forth
do.
to all of you and say, here's what we were shown, so we're going to bring it to you. And you'll be hearing more from us. We'll let you know what the plans are and start getting you signed up for whatever we're going to do next. And
Yeah.
first thing is going to be that vision board workshop. So
Yay.
we're coming up on this holiday weekend or the holiday time. And I just want to wish everybody a very happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, and just stay in your hearts. Let this energy flow, let it flow through you and out into the world, and show that loving kindness every day. Michelle, happy holidays
Absolutely.
to you, and I love you so much.
I love you so much too. And happy holidays to everyone. Whatever you celebrate, let your light shine. You are loved and you are never, ever alone. Don't ever forget that. Okay. You're never alone.
Absolutely. You have a beautiful family right here. And
Yeah.
so just enjoy. All right, so we're going to say our goodbyes to everyone. And
Bye.
again, we love you. Stay in your hearts, and we will see you later.